Shalom, shalom. Call halal yamla Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Bahasham Chakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well within this ministry and taught us this Amath, which is the truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that preach this truth throughout the four corners of the globe, which good lives and freedom to do so. Shalom, shalom. All right, this is Brother Shamarian from the GMS Cleveland branch. Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And just want to speak on a couple things about not giving up and keep pushing. All right. Right now, a lot of brothers are going through, I'll say a lot of young brothers young in the flesh, are going through, certain brothers are going through a tough time as far as managing and finding balance in certain things, in which that can happen, and that can happen in this walk. All right, and in those times, you got to give yourself over to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai and really lock into what the message is. All right, and if you're confused, you pray to the Lord. You pray to the Lord for more wisdom, and you pray to the Lord to reveal it to you, and He will, because the Lord dealing with us, man. All right, and you give yourself over into what the Lord is telling you to do. And if you don't, all right, you're going to end up going back into your regular self. And when you go back to your regular self, you go back into the world. All right, and it's not where you want to go. You want to go toward Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The scriptures say in Romans 12:2, to be not conformed by this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, roughly paraphrasing. And every day we're renewing our minds until Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai and what He wants us to do so that we can do it, man. You got to remember that you're in this truth for, you got to remember that you're in this truth for your salvation first and foremost. Working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what we're doing so that you can strengthen your brother. Because that's the next step. It's to help each other, man. As it says in the scriptures as well, Yahweh Shai told Peter that Satan desired to sift thee as wheat. So Satan desired to sift us as well. So we're going to go through diverse temptations. We're going to go through strange things. But although we go through it, we still have to stay to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Stick to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. Stay in your lot. Okay? No matter what happens, no matter what you do, no matter what goes on, you have to stay with Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. By all means necessary, man. Okay? Not giving up. Holding on strong. And now more than ever, because we're in the last days, we're in the beginning of sorrows. So this is only the beginning. It gets worse from here. It gets way worse from here. So if you're giving up now, like the scriptures say, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. If you faint in the day of adversity, Salakia. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So these adversities we go through now, we can't be faint. We got to go stronger and get the victory, man. So that when these other tribulations and troubles come, we can be ready for that, to overcome that. But if you're going, if you're giving yourself over to whatever you want to do, being your regular self, you're not going to be ready when it's time to fight, man. Because you got to train. You're not training being your regular self. You're doing what you want to do. That's not training when you're a soldier of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And then you have to remember that you're not regular. If the Lord chosen you and revealed Himself to you, you're not regular, man. You're not a regular Israelite. If the Lord revealed Himself unto you, meaning called you into this ministry. So that means you can't live a regular life. You can't go back to living a regular life after serving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's not an option, man. Whether you're just going through the motions, whatever it is. That's why you have to examine yourself, man. Like the scripture says, Sirach, examine thyself, and in the day of judgment, you should find mercy. You got to examine yourself before that, though. Before the day of judgment. So that you can make the corrections. And when you make the corrections, now you could go back to training. And the more you train, the more better you get. And more confident you get. So guess what? Now when it's time for the battle, I'm ready. I'm actually anticipating. I'm ready for it. It may be a little bit of nervousness there, but all in all, I'm ready, man. I'm anticipating for it. If I haven't been training for it, of course I'm gonna be scared. If I haven't been training for it, of course I'm gonna be, wanting more time or because I'm not ready, procrastinating because I'm not ready, man. So when the battle comes, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get trampled on, man. You're gonna get overtaken. That's the reality you have to come to in your mind, man, so that you could get done what's need to be done. And all of us need to get done what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah have charged us to do, man. Once again, training, man, training. The reading, the studying, the fasting, the prayer, the charity, all right? The picking up of the discourse of elders, man, and just growing in this truth. Traveling, getting more experience, adding to your arsenal, while still maturing physically, maturing in the flesh too. These are things we have to do to win our crown, man. And if you're not doing those things, you're not properly training in the armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because we're soldiers, man. And you're supposed to be training as a soldier. If you're going back to your regular self, all right, guess what? You're not training. Because your regular self in the world was not, you weren't training in the world. When you was in the world, was you training for the Lord to prepare for Jacob's trouble and all things to come? For when Yahweh Shah come back? No, none of us was, man. So going back to your regular self, you going back to how you was when you was in the world. Just being mediocre, going through the motions. Being that, we can't do that, man. There's no more time for that. The Lord winked at certain things when we were younger in the spirit, when we were more naive and didn't know that much. And now we know more. Now we're held more accountable, man. Way more accountable. The more that we're blessed with these spiritual gifts that we actually asked for. All right? Being in this truth, Lord gave it to us. So now guess what? It's much more required. So you have to stay down, man. You can't do a dereliction of duty and you can't go AWOL. You have to be in order, teach what was taught, right? To continue into this ministry, man. If you don't do that, then of course you're going to get caught up in the ways, get caught up in the judgments. And another thing, if you do end up going back just to being your regular self and you make that choice that that's what you want to do, then the Lord going to charge you with a greater judgment. And you're going to be an example, man. Why? Because you're not a regular Israelite. All right? When the Lord has revealed himself unto you and he has revealed his secret quarters unto you. He revealed his house unto you, man. So with that, that's a big deal. That's a serious issue right there. So the judgment there is going to be greater. And just continuing on in this truth, man. Don't give up, man. Babylon, hey, we all know how bad Babylon is, okay? That's not an excuse to be your regular, to have excuses to whatever excuse, all right, it is to Satan putting, or the flesh try to put it in your mind to be lackadaisical or to be mediocre or regular, because that's not what we're supposed to be doing. You have to rebuke those thoughts. Damn. A bird just flew behind my head, like real close. That was crazy. It was that bird right there. And I don't know if y'all see it, but that was crazy. Salakia Akim, but Yeah, that's what we got to do, man. All right. And Lord willing, it's been an edifying lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash, Call Halalim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash, the water, Aman.